I guess going back to trauma and bad breakups, like, do people come to you like, I just can't get over my last whatever, my situation, like there's this mental block and I can't move forward? Like, how are those sessions? Because we've all had bad breakups before, I think. But, but it definitely took me like a year and some change to go through it. And I went through it myself. So I was just wondering, like, do people consistently come to you after a breakup trying to figure out what's going on?
Yes, that has happened. So the first thing I do is talk about the grieving process. Okay. So sometimes people don't realize when you lose a person, a relationship, you need to grieve it. You need to allow space for whatever emotions arise during that grieving process. So I'll do a check-in first to see, have you allowed yourself to properly grieve what you just lost, even if it was a year? We don't ever know how long it takes to grieve something. Then once we've kind of looked at what it looks like to grieve, then we'll kind of look at, okay, well, what did that person mean to you? What emotions is it triggering inside of you? Because whenever we're upset about something, we're never upset about what we think we are. We're always upset about something in our past. So if someone is really struggling to get over a person or a relationship, we start to look at, okay, what is this triggering in your past? Something that's unmetabolized, that's unresolved. And then we start working on metabolizing the emotions around this other incident that they might be in their subconscious or they forgot about, but helping them be in better relationship with something in their past to allow them to let go in the present.
Okay. Okay. Can you say that again? You said...
Which part?
What you said? What about your past and the present? You said
right. A lot of times people are like, "Oh, therapists always want to go to my childhood. It's about my mother," because maybe it is. May not be about your mother specifically, but anything you're upset about in the present, it's always about something in your past. To give you an example, what if I said, "You're a green bush"? How would you react to me?
I would be like, huh?
Right. Like, what are you talking about? Like, okay. Right? You'd probably think something was wrong with me. Yeah. Right? Because you know you're not a green bush. Yeah. But if I said, you're a lazy fuck up.
I'll be like, damn. What makes you think that?
Right. You would have a different kind of reaction because there may be at some point in your history where you had the idea, well, maybe I am lazy. Yeah. Maybe I am a fuck up. So we only react to something that's already simmering under the surface. You didn't react to green bush because you know you're not a green bush, right? Right. Okay. So how did I get on this?
But other people have been called, like, I think everyone at some point probably has been called lazy for some reason, whether it's a coach or whatever. Oh. And yeah, I think like 100%. Like if it's going to trigger like the first thing you said that when you said it to him, I was thinking in my head like of a coach like telling me to get this sprinting, like I was like
you automatically go to something.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I'm saying in the present, whatever you're upset about, it's a trigger from something you haven't metabolized in your past. And once you can metabolize whatever that old stuff is, you'll be able to let go of what's bothering you in the present.
I see. So how do you let go? I know it's the hardest question in the world. There's not an answer, but
there is an answer.
I feel like
there is.
Don't.
Okay. There's an answer. What did you say?
I feel like you don't. Like there's always a piece of you that holds on to something. But I think self-awareness is a big situation in that too. Like I know why I'm holding on to something and it's not controlling me, but some people don't have self-awareness sometimes and can't figure that out.
That's the first step. But remember what I said earlier about suppressing emotions being the template for mental illness? Okay. When you have an unmetabolized emotion or two or three about a past event, that has been suppressed. So that means it's fodder to be triggered. If you can go back and take a look at it and feel the emotions around that particular situation. So you didn't know this, but I'm also studying neuroscience. So
okay, let's go, class.
What don't you do?
I know, right? Okay, so neuroscience tells us that there are 7 basic emotional circuits, and any other combination of emotions are a combination of these 7 circuits that light up in our nervous system. Okay, so
any duo, you're saying? Any set of
2 or 3?
Oh, 2 or 3. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 7. Any of them can get triggered at a particular time. The way emotions work, so neuroscience calls emotions affects. So if I use the term affects, I just mean emotions. So our basic emotions are anger. We have an anger circuit. We have a care circuit, a play circuit, fear, lust, seeking. Those are the 7 circuits. Okay? Now, the way emotions work is if you picture like a flat line or a body in homeostasis, we pretty much like to be chill and relaxed most of the time. But something happens in your world, say, someone calls you a lazy fuck up, then that triggers an emotional reaction. You are now out of homeostasis. The healthy way to deal with an emotion like that, it really is to let yourself feel the emotion. Wow, I'm angry. Whatever they said that really made me angry. The way affects work is if you're out of homeostasis, you're going to feel the arc of that emotion rise and then fall. Feeling the emotion is where the healing takes place. Now, in our culture, sometimes rage is coupled with action. You feel like, I'm going to beat that person up. Well, obviously, we know that's not healthy and normal, but it is healthy to feel the emotion, not to suppress it. Let yourself feel it. So when we're working on unmetabolized emotion around trauma or past things that get triggered, I will take the person back to wherever we figure out where that is, and we actually bring the emotionality of that moment into the present, let their bodies process it, and then once they get on the other side of that, they'll be in better relationship with that memory, with that emotion. And it's not like you're never going to feel rage again. It's just the next time you feel it, you'll be like, oh, okay, let me let myself feel that. Let that pass. And then you can problem solve. You can do whatever it is you need to do to take care.
Build a new defense around it so you don't protect yourself.
We don't want to be defended around it. We want to be able to feel it.
I'm saying the initial cause.
Yes.
So if like, AG punches me in the face and traumatizes me, then I can then go back, feel that, and then say, okay, what defenses can I do to prevent that from happening again, right? Like, that kind of thing.
And also coming away knowing that it's okay for you to be angry about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Absolutely.
So letting go is possible.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Is it? No,
because I have always felt that way, but I definitely could not speak to it the way you just so eloquently put it.